Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do my 3-month real-world test results and how to clean and do all the maintenance on this Dreame X50 robot vacuum cleaner. I did buy this with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video, and I absolutely love the Dreame X50. Now, my first unit that I bought did have some issues with navigation. I contacted Dreame, and I was able to send it back to Amazon and get a new one. So this is my second unit. And it had an over-the-air update, and since then, it's been doing really, really well. It is June 12th, 2025, and right now this is my favorite robot vacuum cleaner, but I'll let you know we're going to do all the maintenance. I haven't done the maintenance on it yet, so I'll let you know at the end if it's still my favorite. How easy is it to maintain? Now, I am seeing this on sale right now for $1,300 on Amazon. This is a $1,700 robot. $1,300 is pretty good. This is an amazing robot. So we are going to be cutting the dust bag open. I'm going to show you how much it's been cleaning. That thing's almost completely full. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be cleaning the tanks up there. We got to do the robot. There's filters in the robot. We're going to clean the base station. First, I want to share some statistics with you. Let's go to cleaning history. I've logged 58 cycles, 3,151 minutes, 2,000 square feet cleaned. Now, these are testing that I was doing at my home. But you'll see it's been doing a good job. These are all green, means I interrupted that one. So it's been doing a global cleaning, and it even does the second cleaning because it has that dirt detection sensor. So when it did the first cleaning, which we're going to look, it detected a large amount of dirt, which we look at the dirt map. It says that area has grime. So guess what it does? It automatically goes back and does a second cleaning just on that area. See, there's where the grime was, and it went and did a re-mopping event. That is so cool. So that's what I love about this. Now, you're going to be getting some maintenance reminders. Let's go into, well, there is a setting. Let's go to dock settings. Washboard auto clean. Now, my washboard is really dirty. We're going to clean it, but I want to show you this auto clean feature. Let's see. I guess you could do this once in a while. We'll perform a deep mop washing and base self-clean. I don't think it's going to do much. Start it.
Start cleaning washboard base. It will take about 45 to 60 seconds.
So I bet it puts some hot water down there. It's going to spin the mop pads, but I don't know how clean it's going to get. But we're going to be taking the filters apart, cleaning the sensors. Okay, I think it's done. Nope, start it up again.
Dehydrating mop pad.
Okay, so it's all done. All right, so now I don't think it did. No, it may have washed this area a little bit, but we've got this filter here. Ooh, we got some dirt there. So we got to clean this. All right, so let's, now later on, we're going to reset some of these timers. You may be getting reminders saying you have stuff to do, especially the sensors. No one ever does this, but that's every 30 hours. So we'll clean the sensors, but you're going to have to reset that so it resets the timer. The main brush, 60%, side brush, 42% left. Now the filter, even though service life has 35 more hours, you're supposed to clean it every 2 weeks, and I'll show you why. I recommend getting an extra filter because that's the one thing you should clean very often. There is this scale inhibitor that's inside. This is to help prevent hard water deposits. If your tank is brown, not all the Dreame robots have this, so you're not supposed to clean that with soap or anything. So I just kind of wash the clean water tank out. And I think that's like a 3-year lifespan on that. Oh, and there is a filter. Down, yeah, right next to that scale inhibitor, there's a little thing at the end of this tube. There's a little screen. Mine's never clogged, but you should check that. Now, the dirty water tank, these things get extremely dirty. You should be cleaning this kind of when it's, during your normal process, but you would definitely want to deep clean this. And then we're going to spray Listerine mouthwash in here to help prevent the odor that we smell. All right, let's get the dust bag. And I want to turn this robot off. Press and hold the power button. That thing's just got too many moving parts. Dust bag. So this is the solution tank. Ooh, it's about empty. I need to put some more Dreame solution in there. We're going to grab this little thing right here and just pull it out. Ooh, I would hope that's supposed to block it off, but it's not working. It's supposed to block it off and then come out, but we're going to be cutting that open. Here's a new bag. Make sure this opening, that lever is down so it's open like that. And then we got to slide it in this tray, and there is a micro switch that we want to make sure. You may hear it, but we're going to put it in that track. And then just push. There's an alignment pin. I had to use 2 hands. Put the bag in here, just kind of out of the way, kind of make it a little big. Yeah, see, that's flush, and that alignment pin's in. This is done, so we'll cut this open. So I get asked a lot, do robot vacuum cleaners work? Well, let's cut open this dust bag. Ooh, it's filled with dirt and debris, and let's see if robot vacuum cleaners actually work. I think they do. And here is the proof. We got a bunch of long hair. Wow. This thing is completely full, really fine dust. Wow, look at all of that. Man, is this thing picking up a lot of stuff at our house. A lot of dirt and debris. And I love these bags filter everything so we don't get all of this dust and debris out in the open here like I'm doing now. Big chunks, popcorn seeds. Just incredible the amount of hair, though. We have a dog that sheds, and this thing's been doing an incredible job. Some of the early testing with it, but after that, it was just at our house. Wow, very dirty. Let's put the door on. Put these hinges in first. They're not hinges, but hooks. So I can tell already there's going to be one thing. I wish this was a tray that came out. This is going to be harder to clean than the Saros 10R because I've got to do it on board. I got to put water down here. I got to get some rags. So not too bad, but I wish this was a tray that pulled out. I do get this, but it's got a lot of dirt down there. And there's nothing in the app that's going to put water there. Then some apps will put water there and then it lets it soak. You squish it around and then it sucks it out. This one doesn't do that. Okay, let's do the most common one, the sensors. That's a sensor. These are the charging points. Now there's a lot of sensors here. This is a sensor. This angled one. This is a sensor. This is a lint-free cloth. I don't recommend using water. There's another side sensor. This is the hardest one to clean probably right here. I just wipe the top down. Now these are the cliff sensors. These are little glass windows. There's one by each wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's every 30 hours you'll be doing. Now this, I don't recommend sticking anything down there. Just lightly blow a little air. That's the carpet sensor. Very delicate sensor. Don't do anything there. All right, let's take the dustbin out. This is what you probably should be doing every 2 weeks, but this is the filter. I would get an extra one of these. Just pull this. Yeah. What? It's not coming out. Oh, there. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but ooh, is it dirty? So we're going to wash this dustbin. It's dirty. But this thing, wow. That's a bunch of fine dust in there. So this is reusable, so we can wash this. But it has to dry. It takes about a day out in the sun to dry. Okay. Nothing in here to clean. Okay, let's flip it over again. Now, the mop pads. Eventually you will have to replace them. You just pull it up. They're full of dirt, I can tell. We're gonna wipe this down. I can tell these are, the base station's done a good job, but they are starting to get full of dirt. So I might replace these. These start to get worn around the edges, but at the very least, put them in your laundry and that kind of freshens them up. Okay, now I will say the reason I'm liking this one so well is this dual brush roller. The long hair that it's been getting and it hasn't been wrapping up. So pinch those 2 tabs like that, lift that up. This whole comes out as an assembly. Now we're gonna have to wipe this down, but you can see I don't have any long hair because the long hairs don't wrap around. Because it's not a solid tube with a pivot point on each side. The long hairs get directed to this end, and then they get sucked in right there. And it actually, the dust bag shows you that it works. Now, I think these come apart. Yeah, they come apart. Just pull it. Now, these are extremely dirty. They may not look it, but we're going to wash these in the sink and let these dry. This will really help perform improvements. I'm a little on the fence about getting this wet. This really doesn't need to be washed. I may just brush it off a little bit. I will be wiping this down with a damp cloth. Now this side brush looks like it is pretty worn. It's a Phillips, so let's get a Phillips. It's a number 1 Phillips. All right, we want to be really careful. I don't have a new one, so I'm not going to be replacing mine. So hold this, unscrew this. This is very delicate, so we want to be careful. And then just pull up. I think the new screw comes with this. So I think this is an assembly. So we want to, you could just check it over. There's no long hairs or anything. You just rotate this, yeah, like that. No long hairs here, so this must come as an assembly. I do have quite a few that are broken off. But again, I'm going to keep it. So it looks like it's a hexagon. Maybe I can just kind of freshen it up by turning it, put it on, and then let's hold this and screw this down. This doesn't need to be super tight. There, that's good. The wheel, just examine it. I don't have any hair wrap. You can pry that wheel out. It's very delicate, so just be careful. Don't do it unless you have to. It does have these robotic arms. That's what this is known for. There's no hair wrap on the rollers. So all of this is good. Yeah, okay. And again, what I'll do is just kind of blow this. Again, kind of be careful of that. There. All right, let's clean this area before I forget. I don't know exactly. There's just no good way. I got some wet towels. This looks like it might have some hard water deposits starting. No, it's cleaning up pretty easy. Yeah, I wish that was better because this is going to be on the ground, which can be hard to clean. No one lifts these up on a table like I've got. So this is actually pretty disappointing. I finally found something I was disappointed in. On the Dreame X50, I don't know that it's still one of my favorites, so. Yeah, that's not too bad. You just got to keep in mind it's going to be on the ground and that can be hard to do. Okay, looks good. Let's clean the dirty water tank and then I got some fun. All right. I used to like to use this. I almost clean mine every time I use it, but remember to put some Listerine mouthwash, put it in a spray can and spray about 5 or 6 pumps in there. My world famous brush from Walmart, $5. I got a link to it in the show description notes. Nothing works better. I've tried all kinds of brushes. I've bought 10 of them. This seal gets really nasty. So get this dirty water tank all cleaned up. Okay, we're gonna have some fun. Watch this. This is so satisfying cleaning this filter. That is so amazing how dirty it gets. But it is reusable, just gotta let it dry. You can spray some soap in there, that does help, but this is getting it just fine. Wow. All right, now the second thing that's most fun are these. You wouldn't believe how dirty these get. These clean up so nice. And the dirt just runs off of them. They're going to be so much more efficient now. I think that dirt just weighs them down. Yeah, you should see the dirt running off. Wow. Incredible. All right, let's do the filter. Yeah. Spray it. All right, let's do this thing gets pretty dirty. This is the door. Now the next thing is this dustbin. I don't think there's a way of opening it. Make sure this trap door works. Clean this trap door. Very dirty dustbin. Oh, yeah, is there? I thought there was a way. No, there's no way to open it up anymore. Be careful, that is a flapper. And by putting my brush in, I forced it close and it didn't. That could be tricky to work on. Huh. I thought there would be a big door to come open. That's going to be tricky. Be careful of that. The next thing is you can freshen these up. Let's spray a little, and then just give them a good, there's a bunch of dirt in them. I do think the Saros 10R does clean its mop pads a little bit better. I'm actually a little shocked how dirty these are. The Saros 10R, which I just did a video on it, its mop pads were not this dirty. And it had more hours on it. So that's a little shocking. Which I think is making sense. I didn't see a bunch of, like something for the mop pads to rub up against, to rub that dirt off. We're going to investigate that further. When this is just smooth. I know it can probably push water up here, but it needs like a beater brush, something to rub up against. That's shocking to me. Here's the Saros 10R, which I just finished. It's got 3 times as many hours. I just finished all the maintenance on it. It's got 3 times as many hours on it, and look at those. Those look really nice. And this is what I like. This tray comes out. These have little nubs to the mop pads rub up against, and I think that helps get the dirt off. This might be a better mop cleaner. I love the tray. Okay, I got a damp cloth. Don't get any water down here, but we do need to wipe this off. That's a membrane. We want to be really careful of that. Wipe this off. Get the grime off. Yeah, this isn't too bad. This area is not as dirty as the Saros 10R. So I think the Dreame X50 might be a better vacuum. But I think the Saros 10R is going to be a better mopper. Wow, this is things you just don't learn. Like, how do you learn that the mop pad doesn't clean as well? I'm so glad I do these videos like this. I think this is a good format where I'm learning, you're learning. We learned something really valuable. Now, is it going to make that big of a difference? No, but if you want the best, the Dreame is not the best. They're probably going to redesign that. I mean, not that they're going to watch this video and redesign it, but... Okay, so this is kind of color coded. Match up the colors. Slide this on. You may have to hold that, line it up, and kind of clicks into place. Again, I'm putting these on, they're wet. You want to make sure you want to put this in the sun and dry. That's installed. Now this can be a little tricky. This color goes with that color. There's like an arrow. You got to kind of angle it down as you're kind of turning them. There. You got to kind of turn them so they go into their little detent. And now it's down. Okay. Yeah, it's a little odd looking, but it is installed. Now, this can be pretty tricky to put in. Find the front feet. Make sure the brush is out of the way. Put the front feet in. This is the hardest part. This is tricky. Every time I take this out, it's tricky. Yeah, they're installed right. Every time I have trouble with this door. There. All right, get the front feet in first. It's getting these. They don't really snap into place. They don't. Sometimes you have trouble with that. And then you're like, yeah, it's flush. So it goes up and down. Almost like this. Yeah, it's installed right, I'm pretty sure. There. Now it is, yeah. Yep, we can see those mop pads have just got too much dirt in them for my liking. They need replaced. I'm trying to, the Roborock lasted a little bit longer. Line them up, Velcro them, put them in. Dustbin, again, this is all wet, so you want to make sure it's dry. Find the filter. There's 2 ears. Put the ears in, snap it down, nice and flush. My flapper is still free and should click into place. Last thing but not least, this little tray. It just snaps in there like that. Well, did I change my mind? I might have. So where this one had a super, now, no one can climb like this one. My house doesn't have large thresholds. So if you need large thresholds up to like 2 inches, nothing can beat the Dreame X50 right now. So it doesn't matter how well it cleaned the mop. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. But as far as concerning with the 10R, the Saros 10R, it's not in the same field as far as threshold climbing. Now, I think these things just got equalized. The maintenance on this is okay. Roborock is better. This one doesn't clean the mop pads as well. Roborock cleans their mop pads better. But I do like how this one maneuvers through my house. It's so quiet. The Saros 10R is a little bit noisier. It all has to do with these wheels. They've redesigned these wheels. They're like wire. I don't know. They're different. They're motor or something to deal with the wheels. Makes them so quiet. They're equalized in my opinion. But this one's $200. So for $200 cheaper, I could probably have an extra set of mop pads. Put those on maybe, 15 to you're looking at $300-400 cheaper for the X50. So then it's worth it. So if these are the same price, I probably get the Saros 10R. Even though I just like how quiet this one was in my house. Even when it's vacuuming, but especially when it's mopping, nothing beats it for quietness. You don't even know it's mopping sometimes. The loudest part is the pump. You'll hear a pump kick on to wet the mop pads. It's just so amazing. So I do love the Dreame X50, but not as much as when I started, if that makes any sense. I do want to see them wash their mop pads a little bit better. Roborock's got that figured out. But their older Dreames this is kind of a newer style that I don't agree with. The old Dreames had this kind of the same style as Roborock. So I will put a link to it in the show description notes. I'll try to put a link to the maintenance kit. I need to look that up. I hope it's available. I should have looked that up beforehand. Because if it's not available, then that's a big... But Dreame and these robot manufacturers are getting used to, they're selling a lot of these robots. They're keeping their maintenance kits in stock. So I do appreciate everybody's support. Again, if you purchase this product, if you purchase that Dreame X50, I bought that with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. Dreame hasn't reached out to me yet. I haven't got a free product from them. So I really do appreciate if you use that link. I get a small commission from the sale. It's just a way of helping support my channel. That way I can do these. I love doing these videos. I love learning. I hope you learned like we learned together. This is our channel. Let me know what you think of this style format. 3-month test, how to do all the maintenance. I don't do the maintenance like I should. I just love letting them work. And then I'm like, oh, I probably better do the maintenance on it. So that thing went 3 months, 2.5 months, something like that, but that way, I originally thought robot vacuum cleaners were going to stop working if you didn't do the maintenance. There's just a reminder that you can just continuously X out and they just continue to work. Now they're not cleaning as efficiently, but that's why I just like, and especially if they're on a schedule, like it's just working. You're just not even thinking about it. So take the time to do the maintenance. I'm terrible at it and I do this for a living. So I'm glad I like doing these videos. It just forces me, I gotta do the maintenance on it because it's just going around the house, it's working. So anyway, having fun. Thanks everybody. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks again.